In the previous lesson, we have completed the user registration process. Now in this lesson, we are going to implement the login process for users. So let's get back to the editor. And here inside auth.py, we already have a method called login. And here inside the request method post, we are going to handle the login process. Now let's visit the login.html file. This contains our form. And here we have two fields, the email and password. Along with these two fields, we will also need one more field, that is a checkbox to let the user to be logged in into the system for a while. And here we are going to add name to remember. We are using Bootstrap here for the styling purpose, and that's it. Now let's go back to auth.py file, and here we are going to take all the input and store it into variables. Now for the field remember, this can either be true or false. And here we are going to use a single line if statement. So by default, the value of remember will be false. And if by any chance the form contains a field called remember, then in that case we are going to set it to true. Now we are going to find the user with the email provided. Now we are going to add a condition here. For this if statement, we have passed two conditions. The first one is if not user. That means if the user is not found with the email address provided, then in that case, the statement inside the if block is going to execute. And the second one is we are checking the password. If the user is found, then in that case, we are going to check the hashed password of the user with the password provided by the front-end user and check whether the password matches or not. If the password does not match, then in that case, the statement inside the if block will execute. So basically here inside the if block, we are going to create a flash message and redirect the user to the login page again. So that's it for the if block. Now what if the user is found and the password also matches? Then in that case we are going to log in the user by using Flask login. But before that we need to set few things, and for that let's go to the top, and here we are going to create a login manager instance. Here we have created a login manager instance and set the login view. And finally, we are going to initialize the app by passing the Flask application here. And we need to import this login manager from Flask login. Login manager is imported. Now we need to set one more thing, that is user loader. User loader is basically a method that helps the Flask login to understand how to fetch the user from the ID stored in this session. Here we have added a load user method. This method is basically going to return the user by using the user ID provided. So that's it. Now let's go after the if block. Here we can use the login user method. This method is supplied by Flask login and we need to import this one. This method basically supports two arguments. The first one is the user object. Our login method is ready to give it a try, but before that we need to fix few things. The first one is we need to change it to form. By mistake we have added post. And that's it. And here at the top we need to use user mixin. That is a part of Flask login. And we need to pass it here. This user mixin adds some Flask login attributes to our class user so that it can work with it seamlessly. Now let's save this and give it a try. Let's start by creating a new user. And our new user is created. Now we need to try the login. And here you can see we are logged in. And here inside the cookies you can see the session is created and it contains some value which is basically encrypted. So this is the way we can use the Flask login extension to create a proper authentication system by using it.